Here are the most outrageous things Drake owns. Wait until you find out exactly how he got his own jumbo jet. Number 11, Midas Touch. Drake is a full-on brand. He represents street smarts, business acumen, and he's the face of hip-hop today. OVO has street cred, and Drake has had plenty of OVO Jordan collaborations. A pair of OVO Jordans would run you a few $100, but Drake has a pair of OVO 10s that's worth way more than any OVO Jordan that's been released. He had artist Matthew Senna craft these 24 karat gold Jordans, and really, they're a work of art rather than a pair of sneakers. Obviously, these are unwearable. If Drake is correct about the weight of the sneakers at around 100 pounds, he basically dropped $2 million on this pair of gold Jordans. And that's excluding how much he had to pay Matthew Senna. Now, even if they are more sculpture than sneakers, this may be a message to Kanye over at Adidas. What's a better way of sending out a message than to spend serious money on a single pair of solid gold Jordans? Do us a big favor because you're awesome and hit that like button. Number 10, MAYBACH S600 Pullman. This car right here is a direct reference to Drake's 2015 30 for 30 freestyle. On the track, Drake mentions that he just bought a Mercedes Maybach Pullman and that we have to Google it. And that's exactly what we did. If you did the same, Google will show you that it's a sedan that's essentially an ultra-luxurious limo that stretches over 21 feet. It's 3 feet longer than the standard-size Maybach and 4 feet longer than the S-Class it's based on. So, how much is it? The Pullman has a base price of $567,000. It's not just all for show. The engine is a powerful twin-turbo V12. You'd think this was peak luxury, but it's not. It's just one example of the many cars Drizzy likes to drive. That brings us to number 9, the collection. When you have millions of dollars to spare, you're not just going to have one car. Drake's car collection includes the Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir, one of the rarest cars out there. It's so rare that Bugatti only produced 12 of them. That should probably give you an idea of how much it costs. $3.4 million. Drake also has a Bentley Continental GTC that made an appearance in the Started From the Bottom video. That car was only around $180,000 new back in 2013. Drake has another Mercedes in his collection, the Brabus 850 6.0 Biturbo Coupe. This is a ridiculously fast car as it's able to go 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. This Brabus gives its owner the best of both worlds, the classiness of a Benz and the performance of a Ferrari. Well, almost. Real quick, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss our upcoming releases. And now we can't forget Drake's Rolls-Royce Phantom. It's valued at around $800,000, although the base for the Phantom is around $450,000. That's because of all the customization Drake has put into the car. It seems that this car is the car that Drake likes the most because it's the one he's posted on Instagram for several years. Number 8, $1 Million Fit. Drake usually looks like $1 million as well. Could easily have had on over $1 million in clothes and jewelry. His closet is filled with expensive clothes. For example, he has an $11,000 custom-made Brioni jacket that's inscribed with Brioni for Aubrey Graham on the inside. Then there's his Tom Ford pieces he owns, such as a $2,000 black turtleneck and $15,000 crocodile Tom Ford shoes. Basically, anything Tom Ford is expensive. According to his stylist, Tom Ford is like a second skin for him. Melanie Sanchez says that it's a brand he wears more often than he wears sportswear. More often than he wears anything else. It's a brand that he lives in. Okay, we get it, Melanie. It sounds like he loves Tom Ford. And then there's the jewelry. In addition to the Rolexes he owns, Drake has a Richard Mille RM69 watch that was originally a woman's watch, but it was made for Drake in a men's size. How much was this? That watch cost a whopping $750,000. Since we're talking about jewelry, that brings us to number 7, OVO Owl. While this may not be the most expensive thing Drake owns, it's definitely one of the more ridiculous things he has. You probably already figured out that Drake loves over-the-top luxury. And this is the icing on that cake. One single gigantic piece of icing, Drake had a massive palm-sized OVO owl that took over 1 kilo of gold and 100 carats of diamonds to make. This custom-made chain was designed by celebrity jeweler Jason Asherman, otherwise known as Jason of Beverly Hills. This giant piece took 6 weeks to make, and Jason had it flown to Drake in a custom bird cage. Drake basically called up Jason and just asked him to, quote, make something. Yeah, this is definitely something. Number 6, Stone Island. While we're on the topic of chains, we might as well tell you about this piece that Drake has made. Apparently, he's a massive fan of the brand Stone Island. Here's a little bit of background on Stone Island in case you're not in the loop. Back in the mid-'80s, English soccer hooligans adopted the Italian sailing label as a de facto uniform. The brand easily let someone be identified as a soccer hooligan in England back then. Nowadays, not so much. Today, Stone Island is a high-end Italian menswear brand. Some people probably complain that Drake and the streetwear scene have completely ruined the Stone Island brand for soccer hooligans. And that's why Drake wanted this $100,000 Stone Island chain. The chain is made out of black, green, and yellow diamonds along with 880 grams of gold. Maybe it's also a conversation piece when he's hanging out with the owner, Carlo Rivetti. Number 5, Bridle Path. Right now, Drake is building a huge mansion in Toronto that cost him roughly $7 million. It's been in the works since 2016, and it's still not completely finished. 2 saunas, 3 types of bars, a room for just awards, an NBA-sized basketball court, a room for his jerseys. The plans for this place seem endless. The mansion is built by acclaimed designer Faris Raffauli. Drake is in good company where the mansion is. The Bridle Path neighborhood has had many celebrity residents. That includes Prince, Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank, and even Canadian Idol contestants while the show was airing in the early 2000s. Just how ridiculous is this mansion? To give you an idea, the master bedroom is big enough to be its own place. The 941 square feet literally takes up half of the second floor of the house. Here's what he's working with in his bedroom. He has his own stairwell entrance, 2 dressing rooms, and 2 closets. That's all part of an elaborate wardrobe area. He'll also have a steam shower and tub with a skylight above, 2 balcony areas with an outdoor hot tub and a kitchenette. And this is just for his own bedroom. To be honest, Drake kinda doesn't know how to blow money. You'll want to watch this next video because it's insane how Mike Tyson blew $400 million. Number 4, Hidden Hills. You didn't think Drake would only have one mansion, right? Despite being a Toronto native, Drake lives it up in Hidden Hills, California. Drake paid $7.7 million for the mansion to Saddle Ranch Chop House owner Larry Pollock back in 2012. There's the typical wine cellar, gym, library, and other things that a huge mansion typically would have. However, what makes this mansion stand out is that it has one of the arguably most luxurious private pools in the world. The pool at the mansion was designed to outdo Hugh Hefner's notorious Playboy Mansion pool. Having its own grottos definitely has a lot to do with its popularity. Drake makes it well known for his love of pools, and really, who doesn't love a nice pool? The mansion was first listed for $27 million, so basically, Drake got a steal on the place. And he admitted it too. Number 3, Air Drake. In 2019, Drake got his very own private jumbo jet. Okay, notice that we didn't say the word bought. He got this jet from Cargo Jet, a Canadian freight firm. So technically, Drake doesn't own the plane at all. They're only partnering with Drake to, quote, help him with his logistical needs and requirements. That's the official statement from Cargo Jet. Basically, it's because he's the hottest rapper in the game right now. Drake's loaned 767 has leather seats, gold embossed walls, and is obviously crazy spacious. Like most of his properties, his private jet might as well be a flying mansion. The engines are plastered with the words Air Drake and outlined with a shiny chrome cowl edging. The OVO Owl logo is painted in silver on both sides. The tail fin is embossed with his signature praying hands image. The renovation to turn the jet into Drake's personal touring machine was estimated to cost between $80 million and $100 million. The plane would have cost around $185 million if it was brand new, but since Drake didn't buy it, we don't need to discuss the used market, do we? Number 2, God's Plan. Drake had a quiet 2017, but that could have been because he was recovering from having to do his dance moves in Hotline Bling in 2016. Drake returned with 2 new singles in January 2018 with God's Plan and Diplomatic Immunity. If you listen to pop music at all, you'll probably remember that God's Plan was number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It broke Spotify and Apple Music's single-day streaming records. The reason we're highlighting God's Plan is because Drake doesn't just always throw money around for material things. He also gives back. While he was in Miami, he donated $25,000 to Miami Senior High School, where he was filming the music video for God's Plan. He also donated OVO-designed uniforms. But he wasn't done giving in Miami. Drake also gave University of Miami student Destiny James a $50,000 scholarship. He even stopped by a homeless shelter to donate another $50,000 to the organization and passed out $150 Target gift cards for families to shop with. Finally, he paid for everyone's groceries at a local Miami supermarket. All this made it in his video for God's Plan, and this brings us to number 1, more giving. Drake's donations wasn't just his giving for the God's Plan video. For example, in 2010, he donated $30,000 to a Jamaican learning center. In 2011, he was awarded with the 2nd annual Allen Straight Award, along with a $10,000 honorarium. The money went straight to Dixon Hall, a charity providing opportunities to individuals from low-income neighborhoods. In 2014, he kicked off Houston Appreciation Weekend. Proceeds from the ticket sales benefited the Houston Food Bank Interfaith Ministries, Keep Houston Beautiful, and the T.J. Ford Foundation. In 2015, he donated $75,000 to Strawberry Mansion High School in Philadelphia for a new recording studio. He decided to do that after hearing about how the students didn't have a proper creative space. Watch this next video to find out about how Mike Tyson blew $400 million.